And welcome back, dear traders. In the New York pre-market, Wall Street indexes were trading in the red. However, they perked up and moved upwards in the early trading hours. Investors await macroeconomic data that will serve as a market catalyst. As we predicted, the major stock indexes closed with minor losses on Wednesday. The Dow Jones edged down 0.2%, the Nasdaq shed 1.2%, and the S&P 500 slipped 0.63%. To close at 4,599 points. The index could settle above 4,600 points on condition of upbeat economic data. The expected corridor for the index is defined between 4,560 and 4,640 points. Analysts warn about high volatility in financial markets in the near days. Investors are discouraged by the lack of progress in the peace talks between Russia and Ukraine. They do not see any signs of de-escalating jitters. Just the opposite. Uncertainty dampened market sentiment. As the talks stalled, investors are shifting focus towards the economic calendar, trying to predict further moves in monetary policy. The ADP employment report released on Wednesday showed upbeat figures. On the flip side, the US GDP for the fourth quarter slightly missed expectations. And today, the US Labor Department reported on unemployment claims. The number of initial claims for unemployment benefits rose by 14,000 to 202,000 last week, more than the expected increase of 197,000. Nevertheless, the weekly figure remains not far away from 188,000, the lowest reading since 1969. Consumer spending, the key creation of the U.S. economic performance, eased its pace of growth in February to 0.2%. The score for January was upgraded to 2.7% from 2.1% in the flash estimate. The data for February was hurt by soaring inflation that puts a lid on consumer activity. The negative trend is likely to persist, and consumer spending might contract because of too expensive gasoline, house rent, utility bills, and food. The US dollar opened today on an optimistic note and its index rose to 98 points. The greenback is able to assert strength today amid crucial economic data. Its index is expected to trade in the corridor between 97.70 and 98.40. The greenback strength is still fed by growing expectations for a sharp rate hike at the next policy meeting. Fed's policymakers have come up with hawkish remarks recently. Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City President and CEO Esther advocates for a fast transition to the neutral monetary policy that neither restricts nor facilitates economic activity. Danske Bank supposes that the US Central Bank will raise interest rate by half a percentage point at the three nearest policy meetings. At the same time, some policymakers make cautious comments. In this context, investors are focused on the statistics, and they will be able to assess the full picture on Friday. Until then, the US dollar is set to trade under high volatility. The USD CAD pair is trading mixed. Following a minor decline on Wednesday, the currency pair reversed in the pre-market. Analysts define the corridor between 1.2450 and 1.2600 for today. The USD CAD pair is in the grips of opposite trading forces. On the one hand, oil prices are rapidly falling. On the other hand, there is a growing likelihood that the Bank of Canada will raise the key interest rate by 50 basis points at a time to tame soaring inflation. The US dollar is currently holding the upper hand over its Canadian peer, and technical analysis also suggests that the downtrend of the USD CAD pair is over. The outlook, at least for today, is bullish. And the bullish momentum for Bitcoin is waning today. It's trading at 47,256 points, with a downtick of 0.44% from yesterday. Geopolitical uncertainty is putting pressure on the crypto market. Yesterday, hackers stole cryptocurrencies worth more than $600 million from a blockchain company. Though the news was of little importance to the market, Bitcoin could decline to $46,000 amid growing selling pressure. Technical indicators suggest a new bullish move for Bitcoin after the price overcomes the peak at $50,000. Our experts project a corridor between $46,500 and $47,400 for today. Once again, we warn you about high volatility in financial markets and wish you profitable trading. We will keep you updated on a new economic data and events, and see you tomorrow.